Hi guys, how are you? I hope you're well. I am well myself, and I have a series of words I want to drop. And when I have such words to drop, it's important that you listen because I haven't actually been around, I think, for a whole week. So I'm feeling very blessed to have a word, and I'm going to keep these words short and I hope very relevant, even though sometimes I'll give you some examples. Yeah. Now, this word that you're going to birth a thing. Yeah. I'm sure I'm not telling you anything new. I'm sure you have dreamt it. Yeah, you have seen yourself like getting a baby, even though what you are expecting is not, related to pregnancy. Even though people who have been like expecting a baby would, have similar dreams, that give you encouragement and guide you on your way. But yes, you're birthing a thing. The thing that you've been expecting is coming to fruition. And I know so many doubts have come your way, and you are wondering, is it really possible? And even when you got these dreams, you are like so excited because now you have heard that these dreams mean these things, but you're like, really, is it really happening? Especially if you've been disappointed before. Yeah, a lot of disappointments happen before you get your thing. And it is better that a disappointment happens than counterfeit. Yeah, because sometimes the counterfeit thing will come before that thing. Yeah, so you will find something happening before your breakthrough that you always wanted, but something else will happen and you'll be like, okay, fine, I'm going with this. Yeah, a lot of girls waiting to get married usually meet somebody and they see some flags, some pinkish flags, but they are like, but I prayed for a man and here he is. Yeah. And then you get a message that you shouldn't go with this, but if you heed that, then the real deal comes and you're like, oh my god, I'm glad I waited. Yeah, so there's a set time for your blessing and your hopes will not be disappointed. Okay, now with regards to birthing a thing. Yeah, yeah, like I said, you've learned about it, you've known that it's coming, you've been praying for it, and yeah, certain dreams have shown you that you're actually coming into it, whether it was birthing a child, whether it was seeing something, a blessing being given to you, that you were expect as you were hopefully expecting, whether it was seeing something, like I always tell you that some of the things before I got, I actually saw them. Even some things that did not come through me, I saw them, so that was a blessing. But yes, now when you do get this baby, yeah, when you do get this thing, you will realize you're not as excited. And I know I've shared this before. I just want to remind you, especially one who's been following me. I say this is a very this season that I call the spiritual season, that me and my husband arrived at, where God was just showing us things. Yeah, I say it is very important because it is a place where God entrusts you with things, and some of the things He entrusted us with is seeing actually things coming to other people, if it is our friends or our relatives. Yeah, and so it was such a blessing. And some I told, some, like you're just given a heads up. Yeah, just to know that this is going to happen to your friend. So stay ready, because it's important to stay ready, with some people. Yeah, and just to know how you're supposed to handle something when your friend comes to that. Yeah, so many instructions you'll be given. Anyway, to you who is receiving a thing, yeah, this time you're needed to be very careful with that thing. I've always told you about, my friend's dad, who said in somebody's wedding that he was talking about this couple that got married and they waited for their child so many years they wouldn't get pregnant. Yeah, and when they did, they left this baby that they had birthed and went out to tell everybody that, you see, you were laughing at us and we actually got that baby. And the baby got cold and he was abandoned, for a while. So what happened to the baby? The baby died because he was not being taken care of. And this is just an example. I believe it's just a story. I don't think it really happened, because when you get your thing, you're so engrossed with it. But at first, you know, it will hit you slowly that this thing has actually happened. But when it happens, you will notice just the way you are honestly looking for this thing and praying for it and just believing that if this thing happens, my whole life will change and I will do this. And you even make so many promises that you will actually later forget, because the thing will come with you know, a lot of changes. Yeah. So you find that the whole point, yeah, it wasn't about this thing wasn't even started by you, and I'll talk about that in the next video. But you find the thing that you receive, especially if it is a visa to relocate to another country, and you seeing that process, how difficult it's been, if it was difficult for you, you know, just how crazy it was looking for that money. And when you finally get it and everything has fallen into place, it actually hits you why the process was taking long. Yeah, so many things had to fall into place, including God just holding back your enemies, yeah, stopping them, warning them, you know, to a point where they realize, if I continue with this thing, I will actually die. Yeah. And sometimes, you know, they do so much, and then when they turn around, this thing comes to be. And sometimes that is where God tells you, shut up. Okay. But anyway, after that process, you receive your thing and you realize the whole time why this process had, you know, to take long. And despite, you know, that everything that had to be done, like looking for money, you know, even when you're expecting a baby, you have to have money, right? Everything that went to it, despite that, the very thing that this thing was supposed to do was to draw you closer to God. Okay. That is why the Bible says, seek ye first the kingdom of God, because while you're seeking, you even forgot the need. Yeah. It became less relevant when you found the, you know, the being in the presence of God was so much sweeter. Okay. So when you do get this thing, it even you know, sometimes feels like a distraction. Yeah, you're happy and everything, but you really feel like, you know, that presence of God is like it's moving away. Yeah. And so many times I always say, you remember how Moses was like, if you're not going with us, we are not going, because we cannot, you know, go, we cannot do this thing without you. Yeah. When the presence of the Lord is removed from you, you feel like you're going to fail. It's, you know, like you get this fear because you don't want him to, you know, you don't even want this thing without him. So you sticked him so much. Yeah. You were looking for him, and when you got him, you didn't want to let go. Yeah. And it's not that he's removed from you, but he's giving you the thing that you wanted, because this is actually the gift that is to help you in your life. Yeah. So you know, the thing is increasing, right? And it feels like God is decreasing, but no, he's not. Yeah. His presence is still with you, but he wants you to hear the instructions and just, you know, focus on the thing that he has given you and raise it, nurture it. Yeah. Let it become greater. Okay. And if you do fall along the way, I've told you everything, yeah, that happened with me, even in this journey, for me, only for me to realize that he was, you know, exposing a lot of things, you know, that, you know, people abroad go through. And, you know, it was good that I was afflicted, right? Because seeing all these things, it made me have so much grace for his people abroad, and even the ones who are forgotten and are now so bitter and so combative, you know, and realizing that they just need grace, they just need God. Yeah. Because this is not all it's fashioned to be or what it's told to be. For those who are coming abroad, because I have seen even some of my friends are coming abroad, for those who are, yeah, God has a different path for you, of course. And you know, some of your friends, even those who are not so spiritual, they hinted at you. Yeah. They gave you some pointers, and some will not even receive you. Some will even turn their face away completely from you once you arrive, because they'll be like, we once were together, I helped you or you helped me, but I know I cannot do another season of this. Yeah. But don't look at them, because you were given those people at that moment. Yeah. Just because you're coming here doesn't mean that you're coming to them. Okay. I have such experiences where I thought, you know, if I meet this person abroad, we will have such a blast. Yeah. And it turns out that they had instructions. They told me what I was supposed to know. Coming here, they give me the instructions I needed, and then when I came here, they did not you know, have that open space or open doors for me, and I only understood later. And so this is a warning to you. If your thing is that you're coming abroad and you're expecting that your friends will receive you, trust me, there's a journey that they have taken that will not allow them to accommodate you, especially if you had past seasons that were long and you guys were very codependent. These people have grown and changed, and they've realized that they were a version, of themselves then that allowed you to even abuse them, right? And now that you're coming and you think that you're going to roll the same way, you really can't, because these people have had to do a lot of growing and healing, yeah? Because whenever people come together, they have the kind of, similar destinies, not the same path, but similar destinies. You could be going to the same place, right? But it doesn't mean that you must work together, and sometimes you damage each other even as you're working together. Some know that because they were ahead of you in some ways and they even went ahead of you, you may have expectations when you're coming here, yeah? You may have expectation that these people will take care of you, will house you, but when they came here, it wasn't like that, yeah? So you will come and think, oh my God, these people failed, and I'm going to, to be the new kid in the block. And it doesn't, you're given time to do your thing, yeah? And then after some time, somebody else will come. And by the time they come, you'll be like, oh my God, I do not want anybody close to me because of the journey you've had to endure. And now you do see, I hope I've shared enough for you to see that just, getting somewhere doesn't mean that, that you will accommodate everybody. It will be for specific people, okay? And so I hope that I will make you or help you understand more as the days go by. I was hoping this would be like a 5-minute message, but yes, you're birthing your thing. It is your thing. Take care of that thing, okay? Don't look at your friends and think, oh, they owe me some accommodation, or they owe me help, or they owe me this and that. Manage your expectations, because these people have seen shaggy. I told you when I came here, and even part of my journey was God showing me what these people have gone through, that they are hurt, that they are damaged, that they are, for them to even cope on a day-to-day, they seem toxic, yeah? But it's just that their hearts have been broken. They have seen some things. Trust and believe. So yeah, I hope that is important, and that you will see it, and just know that the path that God has cut for you is for you and your family, and you're going to do okay? So don't look to the left or to the right. Just focus on He who started that journey in you. If He gave you some people in the past, it was good that you grew together, and you were able to interact and know each other. You had similar destinies. You're not on the same path, so focus on your path, okay? I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.